Disappointing day today, obviously. Feel bad for our seniors. Certainly didn't want them to go out in this fashion. They've meant a lot to this program and accomplished a lot, both individually and as a group. And I feel badly for them that we couldn't put together a better effort today to make this thing a little bit more competitive. Obviously, the difference in the game was rebounding and Justin Jackson. Obviously both big points of emphasis for us in the scouting report and our game plan. But if you play zone and try to keep their size from having as much of an impact on you, then you open up the perimeter and he hurts you, and you go man to try to take him away, and then they pound you inside. And so we didn't have an answer in either spot. Kennedy Meeks obviously was hard on us because of his offensive rebounding ability. But, it hurt, obviously. We needed probably in order to have a chance to win, we needed somebody to have a performance like Sheldon Jeter had last Saturday against Florida State, and maybe even him. And obviously he was saddled with fouls the whole day, and that really hurt us. So, but anyway, it's disappointing. I feel bad for the seniors, and wish we could have had their final game here be a lot better.
How difficult is it, Kevin, when they go on that 10-0 run late in the first half, and especially the sequence when Chris gets called for the offensive foul, they come and it's a 4-point swing at that point?
Yeah, that was you can't say in an 18-point defeat that was a turning point in the game, because it's not like we were on top of the game at that point. But that was a big swing. It looked like, it certainly looked like a block to me, and Chris made the basket, so it could be a 5-point swing, actually. You get 3 taken away and whatever they went down and did. But the officials have a tough job, and they're not out there trying to miss calls. And I mean, the view I had on the replay, certainly it looked like a block to me. But that run was key. We came out, started second half, and got a couple steals, got a couple breakaway layups, and we just couldn't follow it up with any rebounds. And we would get them to miss, but they would get second and third tries and get it in the basket. And eventually, not only does it get you in foul trouble, but it kind of breaks your spirit and breaks you down. But that's what they do, and that's what they're good at. And we're not the first team they've done it to. They're best rebounding team in the country, and generally speaking, the NCAA tournament is officiated more loosely than the regular season. It's more physical, and I think their physicality will play real well when the NCAA tournament gets here.
What do you think it was that contributed most to that rebounding spirit? Was it a size thing, an effort thing, kind of a combination of both?
We didn't hit on box outs the way we needed to, but sometimes it's length and width and athleticism, and they're literally longer at every position just about than we are, except for the point guard spot, so it just again, they do it to everyone. It's not they do it to everyone, and so we can sit here and lament whether it was we didn't box out hard enough, but there's just a time when the ball's up in the air, and they're good at getting it. They're better at getting it than we are, and they'll be better tomorrow at getting it than we are, and they were better yesterday than getting it than we are, and they're better than, I guess, everybody in the country, because I think they're the number 1 rebounding team in the country.
What do you feel like, Kevin, you all struggled with more offensively today as compared to the first meeting? Was it simply a matter of just not making shots when you had the opportunity, or was it something else? I think we made 13 threes maybe down there, or 14. I can't remember, but we only had half that today, so that starts off right there. We made some tough shots at their place. Cam had 6 made threes, and Chris had a couple, and we had a bunch of guys making them, and they've gotten better defensively, in my opinion. And it was harder for us to come up with good shots today. I didn't think that we executed particularly well, but I thought their defense was significantly better today than it was when we faced them down there.
We had talked about how you were kind of feeling about your guys and where they were going into the Florida State game. And what was your read on them going into today after that Wake Forest?
I mean, it was obviously it's a shot in the gut or the head or whatever. I mean, we lead the game for 39 minutes and don't lead it for 47 seconds and lose. And so, they're human. They're human. But I thought that our energy was plenty good to start the game. I thought that I think that the seniors wanted to do well, being senior day, and we were beaten by a better basketball team. They're better than we are, and they're deeper than we are, and they did what they did. They did what they do very, very well today.
How difficult is it, Kevin, to make up for your lack of size up front compared to what they have and the different things they have in the front court?
Well, it's hard. It's hard, and then it's compounded with if you do a good job inside, then they get the ball in Joel Berry's hands, and he's shifty and fast, and he's hard for us too. So it's not like it's kind of all three levels. You got those big dudes inside. You got Jackson out there shooting jumpers. And you got Joel Berry kind of getting to places, and Penson getting to places. And so, we've got a lot of challenges. We're not sitting here at 4-12 because we're the deepest, most talented team in the league. We have some challenges, and we try hard to overcome those challenges. We try hard to defend the post, and we didn't do a good job of backside help today. They get us posted up. They get a perimeter guy in there posted up. They get a post guy on one of our perimeter guys, and we didn't do a good job of seeing the backside and doing that. But again, they're in first place. They're the best team in the league, looks like, and I mean, there's a reason.
You mentioned all the talent and mismatches that North Carolina has. Did you almost feel like you had to play like a perfect game to win this game?
I don't know about perfect, but we had to play our best, our very, very best, and they couldn't play their best. They're just really good, and they've got great point guard play. Justin Jackson has been phenomenal all season long, and like I said, I thought tonight, they were, and I noticed on film, it feels like their defensive play has improved significantly since the first time we played them.
You said 15-14 with at least 3 games left. Is finishing 500 with a chance to extend the season something that's you consider a worthwhile goal for this team?
I would consider it worthwhile. I would, if you have a game left, it's worthwhile to have a goal to win, and different people have different attitudes towards different things, and I'll be watching Georgia Tech tape tonight. I don't know if I don't know how they'll feel come Tuesday night, but I know how I'll feel, and hopefully they'll want to keep competing and keep trying to win, and we'll keep trying to do the best we can to help them.
Their personnel, how much more challenging was it when you had Sheldon in foul trouble for most of the game?
Well, again, if you go back to the Florida State game, we had the same situation where they put their biggest guy on Sheldon, and Sheldon had a terrific afternoon, and we all kind of played off of him. And we knew that they would put Meeks on him today, and we needed that same sort of thing. And then what happens when I have to go to the bench, now the one guy that we might be able to stretch out and get him out of position a little bit gets to go back to where he's most comfortable and against a guy that he's got a lot more experience than. So now any advantage that we have is completely gone. And so that was, again, if Sheldon can play like he played last weekend, it gives us a chance, or maybe not quite to that level, it gives us a chance, but when he got in foul trouble, that took that away, and now you got Roe or Corey in there against Kennedy Meeks, and Kennedy Meeks comfortable where those guys can play and better. And so it's just tough.
You know, when we see Sheldon with these type of days, you know, he's like 5,000 in the 17 minutes. He had a similar game down in Louisville, tried that without the same amount of time. Is that just a factor of, you know, him being a smaller guy for that spot, having to go up against much bigger guys and having, you know, in some cases, not necessarily to overcompensate, but just having the, you know, play maybe above his height?
Yeah, I think there's some physical disadvantage there, but there, you know, several of the fouls he committed were just little reach touch fouls that were, you know, after the fact. But that's what they do. They frustrate you because they get offensive rebounds, and you get frustrated and you foul them. You know, they wedge you in there, they push you under and they get you in there, and then they get the ball, and then you're frustrated, and then you foul them. And a lot of people do it. We just don't have the depth to absorb it. And so that was, you know, again, I'm not saying that if Sheldon hadn't been in foul trouble, we'd have won the game. Believe me, I'm not. But that was one way that we could attack them, or at least we felt like we could attack them, that might give us a chance. And then that was kind of out the window at about 5 minutes into the game.